Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene Edwards. You are watching LUBED for March the 22nd, 2022, as the Edmonton Oilers just defeated the Arizona Coyotes in overtime by a count of 4-3, and now lead the season series 2-0. I honestly believe that this game was a lot tougher on them than it should have been. I got a yin and yang kind of thing going about this game, the good parts and the bad parts, and it's basically right down the center. The first half of the game, not very good. In fact, even the crowd did not look like they were into this game. The energy just didn't seem there. Actually, defensively, they were kind of porous all night long. They weren't there. There was at one point, I think it was on the Keller's second goal, where three guys went up high to take one player out. That one player ditched it down low and ran to Keller's stick, and CC had nothing to respond to, and same with Skinner. Lots of porous defense. This was the worst defensive game since Mattias Ekholm has been on the team, because this is kind of going right back to prior to Mattias Ekholm. So I was not very impressed with the defensive play of this game, and I was worried that they were going to lose it. Now, I don't want to be all negative because there's a lot of positives here. Connor McDavid gets his 60th goal of the season. 60th goal of the season. I haven't seen numbers like this in a long, long time, and many of you guys probably never have seen numbers like this, unless you're my age. 60 goals, man. That is crazy. And I believe now he is also one away from getting 300. I believe Kane is one away from getting 300, and I think it's Draisaitl that is two away from getting 300. So the 300 club watch is on as well, as we'll see what happens. All right, let's dive into the first period and just notes that I took about it. The goals were scored by McDavid and Moiser. A beautiful goal by McDavid, and he's getting almost like a skill at this, at backboarding the goaltender's nameplate and getting it in the net that way. Very, very well done. So if Gretzky had his office in the back of the net, what is this for McDavid? Is that his backboard or what? Because he's doing this quite a bit, and in fact, I think it was about 2 minutes after this goal, he attempted it again. It didn't work the second time, though. But him and Moser were the two goal scorers. Arizona only managed 2 shots on goal in the first 15 minutes of this game, and it was very uneventful, I found, despite McDavid's bank shot. Just wasn't, and I think there's something to do with this late start. For whatever reason, this was an 8:30 start in Edmonton. So here in BC, it was a 7:30 start, and that's really late for a weekday game. I was actually quite surprised. I think even the Oilers were mostly surprised, because it does take them out of their routine. They have their naps. They have a way about going about themselves. So maybe that played into the factor, because there was a lack of energy for a good portion of this game. Second period, Nuge and Keller make it 2-2. The Oilers were defensively sloppy, very defensively sloppy. However, at about the 10-minute mark of this period, you could start seeing the forecheck and the cycle starting to kick in. You could start seeing the passing starting to work, a little bit more clicking. Start seeing the Oilers playing a much, much better game. And I was starting to, okay, now we're starting to see something worth watching, because the first period, not at all. But the second period started warming up. Defensively, they were still just all over the place. You can even see the frustration on McDavid's face at times in this game. And I think when they panned the camera over to Bouchard a little bit, I think Bouchard had the fear of God when David was, I think he was yelling at him. I could be wrong, but I think Bouchard was liable for a little bit of that stuff. But anyway, Yeah, third period. That's when the game started becoming a little bit interesting. Nuge and Keller once again scoring for their respective teams. So they had a 2-goal night each. However, when Nuge scored, there was only about 4 minutes left. So this was actually a game saving goal. I was wondering because I was switching back and forth from going, this is going to be the X Factor is going to be defensive course, it's going to be Nuge, it's going to be Connor, it's going to be defensive. So I didn't know which route to go, even late in the third period when it all happened. But yeah, that's the third period was that. And then, of course, Connor McDavid getting his 60th in overtime, the game-winning goal. Can't say enough. So that takes us to tonight's X Factor.
The McGillis scores! The Edmonton Oilers have tied the game!
Here are your Edmonton Oilers X Factors, boys and men.
So the X Factor for tonight now, I actually didn't update the last thing, and I have the poor defense as it, but that's not the case. I'm giving this one to Connor McDavid for his 60th goal of the season, so I won't even have the ticker going on it. Yeah, 60 goals in a season, remarkable. 2-goal night, remarkable. We say this every night about Connor, though, every single night. So very, very, very impressed. I can't say enough about Connor, and I know all you guys out there say the same thing. And that takes us to what's up next for the Oilers. As let me just cue that up. As they are off to take on the Golden Knights on Hockey Night in Canada, and it's only 10 games left now. We're in the final 10. This is the final stretch of games. Huge game on Saturday. This is going to be a game that I think will be a little bit better because these last two games with San Jose and Arizona tonight were just... Tonight was really, really uneventful and kind of boring, to be honest with you, for a good portion of the game. The San Jose game, same kind of thing. When teams aren't in it and not fighting, it's a different flow. So yeah, up next they take on the Golden Knights. I'm hoping for a better game, a funner game, a more challenging game, a more end-to-end, a lot of action type of game. Because this one, like I say, even the audience wasn't into it tonight. And it could be, like I said, it could be the late start. So final thoughts for you guys. Oilers are going to make the playoffs. We know that much. However, where will they pair up? Who would you like them to play against? Who would you not want them to play against? Right now, I'm thinking there's a highly good chance and a highly likelihood they are going to face the LA Kings, which worries me because I deem them as a dirty team. Based off of last year with the Leo Slewfoot and all that, and then even this year, the knee-on-knee collision with McDavid. So I'm always worried that we're really running a one-goalie show here. And like I said that in my previous video, that's my biggest worry. Also, in my previous video, I got to make note of this too. I said, welcome back, Zach. Well, it turned out Zach is on an injury right now, and he's day-to-day, and he didn't even play tonight. So that was unfortunate. Anyway, guys, I guess that's about all I'm going to ramble on about. It was a decent game. I'm not going to complain too much, but it, like I said, it did lack a little energy, lacked a little oomph, and very defensively irresponsible in a lot of regards throughout this game. Like I say, it's probably the worst game since Matthias Ekholm became part of the Edmonton Oilers fold. Okay, so if you are witnessing this for the very first time and like the content that I bring you, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. As for the rest of you guys, As always, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will talk soon. I will probably do the Vegas preview on Friday night, I'm thinking, because that game is actually on Saturday night. So I want to try to give you as current information as possible. We will talk soon, guys. Have a great night.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what